Hi guys, so this is my game and it's called King's Race, and I'm just going to walk you through how to play with my lovely assistant Megan. Okay, so the first thing that each player is going to do is pick a game piece, which these are dragons, and each dragon represents a different character. So Megan, you can pick a piece. And I'm going to pick a dragon. And the next thing is Megan's going to roll the dice, and then I'm going to roll the dice to see who gets to go first. So she rolled a 4, and I rolled a 3, so she's going to get to go first. So she's going to put her dragon at the start tile, and I'm going to put mine behind. Okay, so she's going to roll the dice to determine how many spaces she needs to move. And she rolled a 6, so she's going to move 6 spaces. Either way, any way you want. Okay, so she landed on a 2. And what the 2 represents is the amount of points you're going to earn in order to go to each location on the game board. And there's 5 total locations, and you have to go to each location and complete the challenge associated with the location and win the challenge in order to make it to the middle of the game, which is King's Landing, where you're going to acquire the throne. So I'm just keeping track on a piece of paper. So she has 2 points. So now I'm going to roll the dice, and I got a 2, and I am going to land on a 10, so I get 10 points. And before I go on any further, each location is worth a different amount of points. So Dorne is worth 10 points, Winterfell is worth 15, Castle Black is worth 20, Casterly Rock is worth 25, and Meereen is worth 30. So technically I can make my way towards Dorne because I just earned 10 points. But Megan's going to roll next because it's all the turns alternate. So she rolled a 1, so she earned 5 points. So I'm going to take note of that. So she now has a total of 7. So I am going to roll the dice. I got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I landed on a challenge spot. So I'm going to pick up a challenge card. And the challenge tells me that I was attacked by Daenerys' dragons on my way to a mission, and I have to now move back 2 spaces. So I'm going to just move back 2 spaces. So depending on where you are, it could honestly help you or hurt you, depending on your luck. So now it's Megan's turn, so she's going to roll the dice. Roll a 4. And she also landed on a challenge card, so I'm going to look at hers. And hers said she came across a merchant on one of her travels and earned 10 points. So Megan now has 10 points for a total of 17. So she can now go to Dorne as well. And if she earns 3 more points, she is eligible to go to Castle Black. Yes, Castle Black. Okay, so I'm going to roll. What did I roll? A 1. And that gives me 4 points. And all of your points are going to add up. So you don't have to get a separate amount of, so I don't have to roll another 10 points to get to Dorne, or, you know, a separate 15 to get to Winterfell. They're all going to add up. So I have 14 points now, so I only need 1 more point in order to be eligible to go to Winterfell. Okay, so it's Megan's turn. She's going to roll the dice. She rolled a 6. So, going to add up her points. 23 points. Okay, so just for speed of the game, let's say how many spaces do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. So I finally roll 5. Woohoo! And I land on Dorne. So in the instructions is the challenge. Sorry, my finger was in the camera. Is the challenge for Dorne. And the challenge is kill the House of Martell by completing a maze in less than 1 minute. And the maze is going to come with the game, and for time purposes, I'm not going to show that, but I also need to include a timer, which I need to go out and buy. So in less than 60 seconds, you have to complete a maze, which is just on a printed piece of paper. So let's say I won that maze. So that means I no longer have to come back to Dorn, because if you lose a challenge, you have two options. You can either go around the game board again to come back to Dorn, or you can, if you have enough points, you can head to the different locations. So let's just say I won, and now I can cross Dorn off my list, so Megan can roll. She rolls a 5. She's going to move 5 spaces. So she has 2 points for now a total of 25. So she can go to Dorn, Winterfell, and Castle Black, and Casterly Rock. So let's just say on her turn, she actually ended up winning enough points to go to Castle Black. So she's going to move her pawn to Castle Black. And the challenge there is to fend off Tywin Lannister by flipping a quarter and correctly guessing heads or tails. So as easy as it sounds, she's going to flip a quarter. If she guesses heads and wins heads, she gets to cross Castle Black off her list. And if not, she has to keep going. So that is just basically the essentials of the locations. And let's say, Megan, move your dragon to Winterfell. And the challenge at Winterfell is to beat Robb Stark's army by rock, paper, scissors with the player sitting to your left. If the player challenge wins, that player earns 10 points. So let's do rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Keep going. Paper, shoot.
Oh my god. Paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, so I won. That took a long time. So I won, so I earned actually 10 points. So if the player challenged, so technically if I was sitting to her left and I won, I would win 10 points. Not the actual location. I still have to come back and win on my own, but I get 10 points added to my score. So let's see. So it was Megan's turn, so I'm going to roll, and I get a 2. So I'm going to move 2 spaces. I get 3 points. So let's just speed up the game a little bit and say that I have won all the challenges at each location. So now that that's finished, I have to roll a perfect amount in order to land on King's Landing. So I roll 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Megan's going to go, and then so she's going to roll the dice, and she gets a 1. So she's going to move out of Winterfell and onto the tile, so she gets 1 point. And I'm going to keep rolling based on my turn in order to get to King's Landing. And once I am in King's Landing, say I roll after this turn, I roll a perfect 5. So I'm going to be in King's Landing, and I've acquired the throne, and I am the winner of the game. Woo! Sorry, Megan. So that is the basic essentials of how to play the game. There's still some details that I'm working on to try to make it a little bit more intricate, but I hope you got the main gist of the game. And yeah, that's it.